Hello everybody, my name is Petroff and today I will speak about Stafford Gambit and I will show you how to play as black and how to have fun if we are black players and how to refute this opening if we are white. So welcome here and I hope you will enjoy this video. And maybe this video will help you to understand what's going on here in this opening. So e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to f6, and of course sounds like black is playing the Petroff Defense. Of course, if black is playing now d6, we are in the main theory of Petroff, but I am not interested to speak today about Petroff Defense and I am speaking about Stafford Gambit. And Stafford Gambit is starting by a move knight to c6, white is taking on c6, and the best move for black is to take by d pawn. So now we are in Stafford Gambit and the main idea here is to attack f2 or h2 pawns. Yes, of course, white is pawn up and should be winning if he knows what to play. Now I will show what's going on and what the black is looking for. For example, black is looking for three answers. Three most common answers here are e5, knight to c3, and knight and move d3. These are the most common moves and nearly everybody will play it. If white doesn't know the best answers, which I will show later on. So for example, let's speak about move e5. e5, knight to e4. Why? Because black is attacking on f2. He is not interesting to play chess today. He is interesting to smash white by attack on f2. Such a simple moves. For example, d3, it's lost. Bishop to c5, and white should be surprised that the knight on e4 is under attack, but this knight is not going anywhere because he doesn't need to go anywhere. For example, now, yes, if white will take this knight, it's lost immediately because black will take on f2. If white will take on f2, is losing immediately. If white is going to e2, is losing immediately one more time. So that's a really simple winning position for black. Maybe here, not d3, but let's speak about move d4. Yes, as you remember, black's main simple plan is to attack on f2, so black is going to h4. I think move g3 makes sense, but doesn't help to white anyway because black will surprise him one more time and he will take on g3, and here is a check on e4, and of course black is winning rook. That was a simple and it's funny variation because white need to be careful. White need to be really careful, and we saw move e5. So let's come back and now let's speak about move d3. Okay, the best move now is to play bishop to c5 because of course black is attacking on f2 anyway and he don't want to stop. He don't want to be stopped and he like to attack f2 anyway. So maybe h3. But black will take on f2 and that's another surprise to white. And now he will take on e4. Check. Yes, it's not a good idea to take this knight. So what black will play? Maybe he's going to g1. But check, and at least is a draw. So if you are playing against strong opponent, you are not losing here. If white love to fight, so need to go to f3. But now it's very funny variation, short castle. The best move by engines, of course, is to take by this piece, and it's funny. Maybe engines will survive, but I'm not sure that anybody from white's player will survive this position. And let's have a fun and let's play this position. It's up to your fantasy and up to your moves. I'm sure that you will win this position. So let's come back and knight to c3. Now we spoke about moves d3, bishop to c5, and maybe bishop to g5. It's a lost one more time because simple move is coming. Knight will take on e4. That's a big surprise for white. Yes, of course, white should take this queen on d8, but it's a checkmate. It's a checkmate. So it was funny, and believe me or no, I found it 700 games in chess database. 700 times black won by knowledge of this variation. So okay, knight to e4. Of course, maybe white is going to e2, but is lost anyway. He will take on e4, and now he's lost. Too many threats. One is to go to rook e8, and another is to go to c1. So white is going maybe bishop to e2, and is lost. Of course here. So it's funny that white is playing normal looking moves, and still it's not enough. And that's the answer how to play if we are white. But d3, bishop to c5, bishop to g5, and maybe knight to e4, bishop to e3 as the best answer. No way. Black will take here and check here. And of course, it's a one position for black. So we saw some interesting variation, and I still will show you how to refuse this gambit. Okay, we are in the main position, and knight to c3, knight to c3, bishop to c5, and bishop to e2. Maybe bishop to c4 sounds like a good move, but it's a losing move. Knight to g4, simple attack on f2, and just to go to h4, and white is losing. h3, only one move to play, and here, check, and game over. So it was fast, yes, of course, but let's come back. So bishop to c5, bishop to c4, knight to g4, maybe white is going to f3, knight to e5. We are attacking this queen, this bishop, and of course we are defending f7 pawn. Now of course one more time to h4, and for example g3 is losing because of the threats, bishop to g4, bishop to f3, knight to f3. That's game over. So let's come back, and if not bishop to c4, I'm sure that nearly lots of your opponents will play it, maybe d3, but the same. Knight to g4, at least we have advantage, we have two bishops and strong piece on e3. Nothing else to know, nothing else to play here. And bishop to e2, h5, because if it's short castle, knight to g4, take, maybe d3, but the same story is here, and take, g3, take, and mate. So every time black is playing really straightforward. He doesn't mind to play endgame, he doesn't mind to play middle game, he might only to checkmate white on f2 or h2, as I told you. So bishop to e2, h5, h3, and white is under attack one more time because black is playing queen to d4. Short castle, knight to g4, it's another surprise. And for example, what to play? Yes, here is a big threat, and I'm sure that white will take on g4. And now maybe d3. Okay, if black is taking on g4 here, is a checkmate, because it's nobody should stop white to be checkmated. It's maybe g3. Okay, here, take, check, and mate. Still, you can see how good job is doing this bishop on c5. And for example, here another variation should be move g3. But still, it's white is lost because here is a big threat to take on g3. Yes, watch this bishop, how he's doing good job. Maybe d4. He's going to h5, and of course it's a lost position immediately because there's two checkmates. So no d4 anymore, and maybe the best answer here is to play to g2, and black will take on f2. Okay, this variation is funny, but I'm sure that white will not survive. It's too risky to go here, and believe me or no, I'm sure that this is not good variation for white. So maybe here to take by rook. Here is two checkmates, and I will show that's a checkmate here. For example, check here, sorry, not here, 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 and maybe here. But anyway, that's a really bad position for white. So we are at the end of this variation. You saw how this opening is dangerous for white. So white need to play something what will refute this gambit, and I found it very simple variation. And of course, if you will play it, you will be really strong in Stafford Gambit, and never ever Stafford Gambit will hurt you. Every move is the best move. Of course, looks like it's a bad move because f3 doesn't look good, but remember, white is pawn up, and black's main idea is to attack f2 or h2. Maybe, yes, the first line what we need to know that this move doesn't work because we are taking check, and looks like black is winning because his check is winning this rook, but no, he lost because black need to exchange queens. So at the first sight we know that this move doesn't work at all. So maybe bishop to c5, but now c3, and nothing else than d4. We have strong center, and then we are playing bishop to d3, bishop to e3, short castle, and I'm sure that white's got a winning position. Nothing else than to know f3 and c3. Maybe the last threat here should be knight to h5, but g3, nothing else, and bishop to g2, short castle, and white is pawn up, and black doesn't have any compensation. So if you are black, just play it because f3 is a very unknown move, and if you are white, play f3 and win against anybody in Stafford. I hope you enjoyed this video, so thank you very much for every likes, follow and comments, and I hope I will see you soon in our another YouTube chess video, and maybe we will see another interesting lines soon or later. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.